Motwetso West FM ke rata go dumedisa go le go nkwara ditsente se bakeng sa anonyana. This is your host Pastor Nkosi ha ke tsamaya ke le mong ke tsamali
Dumela ba retsa ba Cllr family busola ka ke nontla la Chakate well known as Cllr Lady. You are listening to Community Wellness Show.
Yeah.
And then it's no longer a special edition.
It's no longer a special edition.
Yes, it's a normal edition.
Hey, ke a bona gore re tle o phaza go ya go special edition.
No, we are back to
Ke 7 to 9 Motwetso West FM. Time now it is 15 minutes after 7 o'clock. We'll be here with you until the hour 9 o'clock in the evening. Motwetso, as we will be dealing with community issues, community challenges. As you know, this show, it is the first show of 2022, and then we are definitely engaging into the real talks now. Our music, we shooting straight to talks until yeah.
Yes.
So yeah, Rataho Amokhela, if it is the first time that you're listening to the show, we will welcome you on this community wellness show. This is Westside FM 98.9. If you want to engage with us, but today I'm gonna make a plea when Cllr Lady.
Yes,
We will not have time to the requests and to comment or whatsoever because of we are hosting a VIP, but a very important persons.
Yes, Muruti.
Right. The prominent. Yeah.
Yes.
You know, so Motwetso West FM. So it's a special show that I perceive as a very, very important one. Realizing that the schools are reopening tomorrow.
Yes.
And then only more no young but
Yes, since guys weekend, it started like a weekend.
Yeah.
Today. Yes.
Yeah, so then Ratahol Amokhela FM. We've got already few people that they've sent our WhatsApp messages. Can I just read them through before we get into the business of the day? Evening Kabel, okay, that is evening community wellness show family. Maposa family is on board and can't wait for an epic show. You're always educating, informing and changing mindset. Mapihelo from extension 14 Hills.
Yes, well.
So that is one of the people that have sent a message, our listeners, prominent listeners by this show. And then Jumela Maholo, friendly reminder to, okay, Kiadi, oh, no, very important, it's a warning. Friendly reminder to parents out there, just heads up, please refrain from posting your kids on social media platforms wearing their school uniform that shows emblems. Labona kidnapping is on the rise, so protect the little ones, please. So that is a message that comes from our listeners, Babali, concerned about Banaba Barona as the community. Baratsumarna Boy Sad FM, Kirata Hori Kirikoluna, we have our guest who is a number one in the Randwest, executive mayor, Gladys Khoza, amongst us that will be talking basically about the school reopening or school readiness. And I believe, Hori, you are going to have a very interesting time with us. Please do listen. Unfortunately, because of time frame, we will not take questions. We will not. It's just an awareness.
Yes.
It is not anything to do with political affiliation or whatsoever, but it's just a clean information about school readiness, you know, reopening. So an opportunity to greet you as listeners, and then after greetings, and then we will just address a few things that I believe you need to know as the listener who is in the West Rand in particular.
Yes, Muruti. Yes.
Meaning, when we talk about West Rand, we're talking about Manseville, we're talking about Krugersdorp, Tarleton, Hegport, we're talking about Randfontein, Mutlakeng, Tukomsresi, Beckersdal, Western area. We're talking about Carltonville. We're talking about all people from Kutsong, Libo, Brandfleet, Kotlaskako, Randfontein. We're talking about those people that we know at this point in time they are listening to this show. And then not to forget around Heden, Kagiso, Mohali City at large.
Yes, Muruti.
You know.
Yes.
Me Khoza.
Okay.
It's a real honor to have you in our show, the first show in the first year, 2022, to host you, you know, in this atmosphere.
Thank you very much. I also feel very honored to be part of this event today, or this broadcast today. Firstly, I would like to greet all the listeners at home, greeting you, Pastor, also,
Amen.
and your staff. And I just want to say, I thank God for me to be here and talk to my community, or the community of the West Rand.
We appreciate that. We are so much honored. Jalid,
Yeah.
honored you tota.
Tata area amogela mama, we welcome you so much. So it's an honor gore o re bulele show ka executive mayor. So it shows gore this year it will be a year of blessings.
Blessings,
Yes.
connections and relations.
Yes.
Yes, Mekoza, maybe briefly you can tell us who is Gladys Khoza.
Moruti, me Gladys Khoza ki me o tsaletseng ko Limpopo, a leader who is influential in various spheres of life, a leader who is an inspiration to many people, and a mentor.
Wow.
Ki kene sekolo ko Mpepho High School, where I was participating in the SCM, doing community work. I also came over to Gauteng, where I was volunteering as home-based caregiver at Cllr Show, taking care of the orphans, substance abuse, HIV, and taking care of those who are terminally ill. I volunteered in so many spheres, or many institutions like CPF. I was a secretary of the CPF in the Western area by then, and then I became an activist in the political spheres, where I attended the OR Tambo and Walter Sisulu Political School. Later then I became a member of the ANC Women's League. Also currently I'm a regional executive member in the West Rand, a former educator in Zerbekom, also in Ahanang. Zerbekom is an intermediate school. I have a BA degree, and now I want to register an honor degree.
Wow.
With Regenesis, where I passed my bachelor last year.
That's great.
That's wonderful. Yo, so much involvement in all those NGOs and POs. Very interesting indeed. You have a high experience, and we really appreciate your involvement in the community, because of surely it's clearly about community service. And the second question that I would like to have is, how were you feeling when you were voted to be the executive mayor of the Randwest?
Pastor, words cannot describe how I felt. A lot was going through my mind, considering that I will be taking up office in this time of turmoil across the globe as we fight this pandemic that is called COVID-19. Demands on the government, but I also felt truly honored to know that I will be serving my community despite everything. And I'm here because many people had faith in me and supported me, many of whom too many to mention.
Wow.
Yes.
Right. Very interesting. Jalid.
Number 3, Moruti. What is the executive mayor's plan for the Randwest city?
My vision for our Randwest city is to see development improving. We will capture an understanding and appreciation of common interest. This challenge must be met by the city itself. But in addition, there is embedded in this challenge an opportunity to expand our definitely of the common goods. Like there is a need to restore an appreciation for the collective common interest in this entitle we call Randwest. We need to restore the dignity and economy of Randwest, and this can only be achieved through economic and financial stewardship. To steward public assets and support a vibrant economy where there is opportunity for jobs. And you'll remember that we've got this crisis of unemployment. Especially when we talk about the youth and unemployment. And it doesn't apply only on the youth.
Yes.
Everyone is talking about unemployment, which is a national crime. So we
crisis.
need to deal with it as this Randwest, and I'm committed to work with all the stakeholders so that we achieve the issue of eliminating unemployment.
Wow.
In the Randwest. Yes.
Wow, that's wonderful indeed. So we saw the poster, and I think that's where now the gist of the thing comes from. We saw the poster, myself and my colleague posting there. You will be visiting the schools. The executive mayor will be visiting some schools around the Western city, and then maybe can the executive gives us more details about the visits?
Yes, I can, because that's the program that
That's the program, yeah.
I'm initiating. You will know that education is a priority. Without education, we cannot go anywhere. So in dealing with this, with that said, the purpose of the visit is only to strengthen the relationship with the schools as stakeholders, but also to sensitize the community that they either have power to take command and use it for well-being of their children education, or outsider will take control of everything if we as the parents, we are not playing our role and lead our children and take education as a priority. You will understand that the future of this country is in the hands of the young ones.
Yes.
Now there is this challenge of the parents where they don't want to go to school when the teachers are calling them. They've got this assumption that when we go to school it's because my son did something wrong, whereas it is not like that.
Yes.
You know, our children like to copy the good things from the parents. So whatever that we are doing as parents, we must take care and do it properly so that our children also can follow us.
Yeah, and you have actually answered half of the next question that I have for you. But I will also, maybe Jalid, let's ask that question so that maybe we can get more details.
Okay, how important is this initiative to schools or learners? Because of since COVID, the pass rate has dropped since the COVID pandemic. So that's why we want to know how is this initiative going to help the children at schools?
You know, this initiative will help our learners, because when we go there, we make sure that we observe the COVID-19, they observe the regulations. Also, we assist where we can assist. Because if we don't go there as these political heads or as leaders of the community, they can see that we are not taking education seriously. So we also monitor whether the LCTM is being distributed accordingly, whereby where there is a problem, we can also feature in and try to assist. So that's how we are doing it, to observe the readiness of the school, because when the school is reopening tomorrow, we must make sure that everything is up to scratch, like cleaning, LTCM, sanitizers,
Yes.
wearing masks, and we also distribute the masks in other schools. Like tomorrow we are going to distribute some other items like masks, sanitizers, shoes for the learners. Those are things that we are going to do tomorrow.
And actually, Jaledi, this is going to encourage a lot, because of now, it is no longer staggered. In most of the schools, it is not. They're still staggering.
Yes.
Yeah, they're still going. Maybe grade Monday, Wednesdays, and so forth. So yeah, it's gonna encourage a lot. But some primaries, they have taken a decision of 100% attendance.
Yes,
some of the primary schools.
There is some, but also we need to observe, because we are still facing this pandemic. We must make sure that the COVID-19 regulation is adhered to
be taken into consideration. No, that's fantastic. That's a great one. And in fact, now I will skip to the next one that says, can the executive mayor highlight which some of the schools you'll be visiting, or unless it's a you want to surprise those schools, you don't want them to know that tomorrow you'll be coming to them.
You see what we did, we the three offices, the office of the speaker, the office of the chief whip and my office, we have divided ourselves into three. Tomorrow I'm going to visit the Cllr Intermediate School.
Oh, okay.
But since on Monday, we went to Pandulwazi, we went to Pahama, we went to Khutalang, only to monitor the readiness. But all this school will be covered. We've identified 10 schools that we need to cover within this week. So the office of the speaker is going to other schools, myself will go to other schools, and the chief whip. So we are going to cover 10 schools within the Randwest.
So is it only high schools?
No, we are going to remember, the foundation is the biggest schooling
Asset, yeah.
Yes, so we are visiting the high school and the primary schools.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Wonderful. How often will you be doing this in a year, and why? Because of we most of the things just the startup point in the beginning of the year, and then mid-year disappearance. So then we'd like to find out how often will you be doing this?
My intention is to go to school each and every term. Remember, there are terms of the school.
Yes, yes.
So we need to go each and every term, so that because when we go now, we are getting some challenges and we need to give them the feedback to say how far are we when dealing with the challenge that they've reported to us. And see where we didn't do right. We also talk to the principal to say, here we commit ourselves and we couldn't do the Y1, 2, 3. So we will go there per term.
Okay.
My intention is to go there per term.
Wow,
Yes.
that's a very great initiative.
Yes.
And also, Jaledi, what I've noticed, when we go to visit schools,
Yes.
you know, you see these children being so excited. You know, I've seen Pastor Ghost, yeah, I've seen Jaledi, and so forth. Like when I was getting to the mall now, a young child comes to me and say, how are you? And then the mother says, no, Arki say hi. And then I'm still thinking, we meet up a lot of children at school. Some of them we don't even know them by names.
Yes.
And when you meet up with them, they greet you, and it's nice. It makes your heart to be fulfilled to say there's a difference that you're making in the child's life. So I really applaud the Randwest municipality for taking this initiative, because of truly it's a role model to these learners, that they can say, Rona Mayor Nayata Kuskulun Saruna, you know, Yatla Kuskulun, and you get to connect with the community, because if you connect with the child, it's easy for you to connect with the parent, you know. So I think it's a very good initiative, Majoro. And can the executive mayor encourage those who want to have the privilege to be visited or see you come into the school because of time or plan arranged for from the office?
Yes, I would like to encourage them to say they must not think that I'm ignoring those schools. I will make time and go there. I promise this one. I will go and meet with them. As I've said, per term, I will go to other schools, the ones that I've gone through now, but I will also continue to go to other schools in order for me to cover the whole schools that are within the Randwest. They are not neglected. I'm with them.
You're with them?
Yes.
All right. Mortona West FM, Kikopa Hoya Felako Papatsong, and then from there we'll just continue with the last question, in which I strongly believe it will be solely an expression from our executive mayor, who is our guest for tonight. And yeah, let's just do that and go to the advert, and then we'll definitely come back after a few minutes. It is 20 minutes to 8 o'clock. You're speaking to, this is Pastor Joel Nkosi and the Community Wellness Show, and Jaledi.
I'm really happy and welcome back. Yes, the time now is 38 minutes after the hour 7 o'clock. 38?
Yes.
How is that possible?
It is possible. It is Koborao. Yeah, by the way, we're still continuing with doing the last segment of our show, and then from there, our local executive mayor, because Sonzalo Pumola Joali. Kausano on a little Habakan Lutlore, you know, who busy, why engage you? Who engage you? So, Majoro, Nakrator Majoro. O ntshwarele ha ke re majoro o mametse mafoko how the last words to the parents and the listeners of Westside FM, especially those that have children baba yang ko dikolong and the likes. I think it would be great if they hear the words before bana ba dikolong from the executive mayor.
Okay, Moruti, my last words to the parents is that it is no secret that parental involvement is an integral part of a success educational framework. And the most basic human skills and knowledge starts at home. That means that our parents must always support their children. They must make sure that children are supportive, because sometimes we neglect them. And also what I would like to say is that haraba supporting bana ba rona each and every day. Ha ba tla ka di homework, ha re zama ba thusa. If ha re khone ba thusa, o ka kopa le next door can assist. Anyone can assist, because ngwanaka ke ngwana gago, ngwana gago ke ngwanaka. So in the community out there, I would like to say, we as Randwest, we would like to work with you. We want to partnership with you and work with you to make a better life in the whole Randwest. And other thing is that we cannot stay fighting. Fighting doesn't pay, and we cannot reach our goal. Thinking that our main goal is what that we need to achieve is service delivery, and we are here to serve our community. But we can serve our community if we are working together. That's all what I can say. The lastly from our community is that Hari patale the services. Hari there are portals. Yes, we understand there and there we are lacking. But if you pay our service, the money that we are getting as the municipality, we will bring it back by service delivery, patching those potholes. But if we are not paying, we cannot make it. So we are pleading with our community to pay their services, and we will bring the service that they need.
Sure, that's a very wonderful conclusion, Najalit, because of one of the things that I saw. I know that we're not talking about that. We're basically talking about education. When we go in our townships and everywhere, there is this thing area ne o fira matlakala ko jardin ne, and then obona mo di pipe di tsamante gona le mo tshotso kene metsete no o isa matlakala go teng ko a block pipe ha pula ena go tsagala eng go blockile gona le mo gona le, and then now it's a metsi a tswa go dimkwana a thuba di pipe, and then e be re etsang re go masepala le botalla ka le wheel kanti it's a basic thing that we could have avoided
yes.
And got educated on how are the pipe systems operate, and then the pipe best.
Yes,
understand that in our township. I think you have said a very important thing, and then and I'm hoping and I believe in your office when we ask for somebody who will become and educate the community pertinent to such things, somebody will be available so that really we can bring education to our community, because basically this show, it's about information, it's about educating, it's about awareness, it's about all those things, because of we want to have a healthy community.
Yes, Muruti,
Thank you very much for coming through. Can you give the listeners your
handles.
What the handles?
And I hope executive mayor Obuchelo, it takes a village to raise a child. So how can we together as community? I think le di-corner di tlo stop-a go tlala ka bana ko strateng
Eish.
bana ba tla nna mo untli because they know gore motsadi o mo kgona go mo kgalemela gore no ntho e etsang e wrong
Wrong.
ga o fete ngwana fela tsa ntho ya rong gore no mane o tla ipone ke ngwana ga se mamang yes so a re tseng bana ba rona ngwana wa ka e nna maikarabelo motsadi o mongwe le ngwana motsadi o mongwe e nna maikarabelo a ka
Yeah.
Yes.
That's wonderful. Greatly in conclusion, greatly Kenya someone in the corner. Someone in the corner. Greatly Kenya Rumke
Yeah,
in the
Rumke
corner.
in Moruti.
Rumke in the corner.
Yes, to spice up the show.
To spice up the show.
Yes, Moruti.
Ale mo go bua ka ene. Make her like Tamo Mikey. Ko Kenya mo khone. Tume. Okay. Kiti. But it's my side. Motoki Wandene. Tagit local listen little. What's our Siam Felamar? Wonderful. We do the show.
A lot. Yeah, it was quite fruitful, quite informative. Yes, definitely.
But how about holiday second?
But my kids.
For my kids.
What is it?
For what is it?
Protocol.
But I hijack a show.
Hijack show.
Okay. No, it's fine. They got a fellow to me this. No, thank you.
Really.
Hello, but it's about Study FM, and that is it is the end with our executive mayor for tonight, and then we will definitely engage with you with other things, the development in the Randwest, whatever that is happening there, you will get to know as our listeners, and we believe Corey, you will definitely enjoy everything that we do because we want to get more information to be able to educate you as our listener. And thank you for not sending the messages. The messages ka quarter to 9.
Yes, Moruti.
Madam Executive Mayor, I see you.
Yes. Read survey. Yes.
Right. Yeah, but it's in good relations.
Exactly, Moruti.
Right. Thank you very much. But one about Start FM. We are just going to pause a little bit, and then we will come back in no time.
Yes, Moruti.
It was a very, very difficult time.